and fisheries, and link them to markets so that they can make money by selling their farm produce. There is no reason to produce if you can't market some of what you produce in order to buy food, medicine, send children to school, and many other needs. And the third one and last one is the response to climate change and building resilience for the farmers of Kenya. The recent or somewhat ongoing drought has shown us how fragile the environment is and how vulnerable smallholder farmers are and how vulnerable the agricultural sector is due to the vagaries of weather. So immediate emergency response is still needed. Even last week, I think we revised the appeal. That still needs to be funded. In the long term, FAO will continue to partner with the government of Kenya and other partners, the UN agencies, civil society, private sector, researchers, and everybody to respond to climate change. And most importantly, FAO's technical assistance will focus on building resilience through better management of natural resources. So, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we must defeat hunger to banish the image of Kenya and Africa being the epicenter of hunger and malnutrition. That image has been there for many, many years. We have to rise to the occasion and banish it. Given the current situation, there is no room for reflection. There is no time to waste. There is only the urgency to do something, to make food security a reality to those who are hungry and to every Kenyan. I appeal to the national and county governments to increase investment in agriculture. I call upon the private sector to intensify investment in agriculture along the value chain. I call upon donors to maintain funding both for emergency response and long-term investment in agriculture. I appeal to the young people in the audience today to take up agriculture because it's an opportunity. It's a business that can create jobs and that can create wealth. And I ask my colleagues in the UN to invest more in agriculture, because in agriculture it's not only about food, it's about the environment, it's about jobs, it's about wealth. So FAO is an unrivaled resource to Kenya and to the world. And we are ready and available to intensify partnership with all partners to support Kenya in the quest to achieve food security. In 10 years' time, it will be a day like today, 10 years from today, Kenya will celebrate the 50th anniversary of FAO in Kenya. And my dream is that when we reach there, our celebration should be to mark the end of food insecurity in Kenya. In 10 years' time, we should celebrate having helped millions of Kenyans out of the dry valley of hunger to the green mountains of plenty, of hope, and happiness. A very well-fed country is happy, is productive, and can develop very quickly. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. Thank you very much, and karibu sana. Thank you.
Now that you said you didn't have any breakfast, whose fault is it? Is it your fault or the farmer's fault? Since you didn't have breakfast, whose fault is it? You know, if you had food, you say thank you to the farmer because it's the farmer who ensures that you have that food to eat. Even the cup of tea you have, that tea was planted by a farmer somewhere. So you wouldn't blame the farmer for not having breakfast today, would you? And I'm sure the farmers here wouldn't let you blame them either. But first I'd like to tell you about a special group of children. You can see we have children here amongst us. Of course, none of them was alive 40 years ago, so they can't tell you about the history of FAO 40 years ago. But what they can tell you about is the role of young children in agriculture. What they can tell you about is why they are here today and why they, as young children, they are involved in agriculture. Now, there are two groups of children that are here today. There's the one you see here today that is going to be telling you a poem about agriculture. And then there's also another group that is exhibiting here today. We have, who remembers what they were doing when they were 6 years old? When you were 6 years old, do you remember what you were doing? Like you're playing with a ball somewhere, running around with a ball, and there's this game we called Kati. Girls, the ladies know what that game is. Kati. That's probably what you're doing when you're 6 years old, but the 6-year-olds who are in this room today, do you know what they're doing? If you walk around, they've got an exhibition where they're learning about the weather. They can teach you about the weather, how to collect weather information and how to interpret that information and how to use it for your benefit. So I'd like to encourage you when you have time. And that exhibition, by the way, is being done by St. Scholastica, and it is the 4-H club that is doing that exhibition. And the youngest member of that group is 6 years old. So you'll have 6 years old teaching you about the weather and climate change and all that. And maybe that will say something about your 6-year-old self, what you should have been doing when you were 6 years old. But now we'd like to hear from the Mudhurwa School, the 4-H club. They've got a poem to entertain us. Are they here?
Slums in Nairobi, and I'm very proud to say that, because out of that place we have wonderful leaders who are going to be our great leaders in Kenya, in Africa, and around the world. So they have a wonderful message for us from that area, and I believe you are going to enjoy yourself. OH has 4 meanings. The first H stands for the head, the second one is the heart, the third is the hands, and the fourth is the health. And we are talking about food, because many of us are complaining we didn't take breakfast, but the farmers have a solution for you. So we train these young ones to use their minds critically to discover the problems, then get the solutions. So they have a solution for us. You are welcome.
The Cabinet Secretary of Agriculture, Mr. Willie Betts.
your arrival. In front of you, we have a team of this young farmer. It's a 4-H club for Mudurwa Primary School. So we have a message for the team, and you are welcome.
Stories cooking. Tell us the story. And before we start to narrate to you the stories, ladies and gentlemen, we hope and believe that your sitting apparatus are well fixed on the stools. As we circumnavigate and circumnavigate and circum Food and Agriculture Organization. Perfect. 4H stands for Head, Heart, Hands, and Health. I pledge my head to clearer thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, my head to better living for my club, my community, my country, and my world. In 4H, we've learnt about the 5 C's. So, 4H and 4 Kenya are working together to develop the 5 C's, namely character, confidence, competence, connection, and compassion, in order to equip the youth for careers in the agricultural sectors. Our excellencies and honored guests, in front of you are 4H members from Mudurwa Primary School, ready to present to you a poem entitled 4H Agricultural Education. So, you have to sit back, relax, shake your collars, and do not forget to enjoy your bananas. Welcome. 4H is a new generation, a generation with a solution to grow the African economy, taking advantage of open data to end hunger and triple Pan-African trade by 2025. We the youth are the solution, but you need a deliberate cooperation. Like our head of state in Malabo, we too have a dream to grow our clubs, our schools, our nation, and the world. Mbele yenu ni wanafunzi kutoka shule ya msingi ya Muthurwa. Twawaletea malumbano lenye mada uzalendo ni kilimo na kilimo ni maendeleo. Na mwalimu kiongozi Beldi na Bukachi, elimika, makinika, safiri nasi, usibanduke, bandu bandu. Kwa malenga tutumie kilimo bora na tufuate FAO Kenya lishe bora. Mimi kama mdadisi niko hapa kuambia haya shime wananchi ya mgambo inalia, abadani sijifichi, mambo yamenilemea, kwauliza siwachi, mwenye jibu na ngojea, tujengeje Kenya yetu kilimo biashara.
Nami kama mzalendo niko hapa kulitatua tatizo lako. Swali lako mwana kwetu kweli linasisimua. Hilo swali la kiutu lataka jigundurua. Kuijenga Kenya yetu najaribu kujibia. Jambo moja la awali, mjenga nchi ni wewe, kilimo biashara.
Rais wetu kasema kila mtu kusikia, Wakenya tusiwe nyuma, nchi yetu kuinua. Viongozi wa heshima na wito wametoa, tujengeje Kenya yetu kilimo biashara.
Waziwazi naeleza ili tupate elea. Kenya kuiendeleza si uchawi wala dua, ni wajibu kutimiza, miongozo kupatia, wataalamu wakitoa kilimo bora tushike.
Nami kama agiza wajukuu hamjambo, hoja zenu nasikia, ni kilio cha kitambo, mbali mlikuanzia. Umoja kwenu chombo, kwenye nchi kuinua, bayana namwambia, tutumie kilimo biashara.
La muhimu ni umoja, kuunganika kwa nia. Ukabila sio hoja, kupi unakotokea. Sisi sote ni wamoja, uzalendo na jinsia. Umoja wetu ni ngao, taifa kujivunia.
Mimi kama Kenya nyuma sijabaki. Maendeleo hakika, kazi tumetokazia shambani. Muhimu kuwajibika, maadili zingatia. Ufisadi takataka, si kitu kujivunia. Ni ugonjwa unaokuwa, uko sawa.
Nami kama ajuza hivyo, umuunga mwenzangu mkali. Hayo mambo sio mwisho, mengine na watajia. Lazima kutoka jasho, maisha kuyainua. Tatizo leo na kesho, uzembe kujitakia. Fanya kazi kishujaa, ili kuinua kilimo biashara.
Nasi kama wahenga, twamuunga mwenzetu mkono. Watoto wote wasome, elimu kujipatia, na wasiende kinyume, nidhamu wakakosea. Walimu wafanye shime, elimu bora kutoa, ya ujuzi na hekima kwa vijana wetu wote. Na washukuru wangwana, tata kunitatulia. Ukweli nimeuona, na wajibu kutambua. Vijana wote shikamana, taifa kuinua. Nasi tutafurahia, taifa lenye fahari na ukulima. Kilimo bora, ugali mezani.
Thank you very much, 4H Club from Muthurwa Primary. Mr. Willie Betts, Cabinet Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, thank you very much for joining us. And you came just in the time when the audience was saying they hadn't had breakfast. I hope you have. I hope you have, because if you haven't, well, we're going into lunch and maybe the farmers here have a few ideas for you on how you can save the day. Mr. Willie Bett, with us today we have Dr. Andrew Tumur, the Principal Secretary in the State Department of Livestock in your able ministry. We also have Professor Mohamed Swazuri, the Chair of the National Land Commission, and we have Honorable William Kingi, the Deputy Governor of Mombasa County, and we also have Honorable Gideon Saburi, the Deputy Governor of Kilifi County. And we have, of course, you've met Dr. Rugalema, the representative of FAO. We also have a few members, development partners, such as BIDCO, and BIDCO is represented by Deepak Shah, who's a director at BIDCO Company. And we have Red Cross, Dr. Abbas Goulet. We also have the diplomatic community, members of the diplomatic community, the Italian embassy and the Colombian embassy, and a few dignitaries from the United Nations, such as the UN Women Representative, the country director, Zabib Kavuma, who's here with us. Thank you very much for joining us today. To proceed with the program, we'd like to hear from the farmers, because FAO's work would mean nothing ikiwa mkulima hajafikiwa. Ikiwa kuna mkulima ambaye hajafaidika na kazi ya FAO, basi kazi yote ambayo Rugalema hapa anafanya na wenzake ni kazi bure. Sasa wakati huu tungependa kuwapa wakulima fursa kuzungumza nasi, kutupa maoni yao, na pia ni fursa yako, kwa sababu serikali iko hapa, pia ni fursa yako ya kuomba serikali. Ni fursa yako kumwambia Waziri Bet, naomba serikali nisaidie na mbegu. Naomba serikali nisaidie na mbolea. Na mkulima wa kwanza ambaye tutamsikiza ni Elizabeth Dama Kahindi kutoka kaunti ya Kilifi. Elizabeth, karibu.
Jina langu naitwa Elizabeth Dama Kahindi kutoka Kilifi County, Magarini Sub-County, Adward. Nataka kushukuru sana shirika la FAO kwa yale ambayo walitufanyia. Baada ya mwezi wa 9 mwaka wa 2015, tulipata mafundisho ya kuhusu kilimo hifadhi. Kilimo hifadhi ni ukulima wa kutosumbua mchanga, kufinika mchanga na kupanda mbegu kwa mzunguko. Baada ya hayo mafundisho, nilipofika nyumbani, nilichukua hatua ya kutayarisha eka moja na nikapanda pojo, na nilibahatika kupata gunia 7.5. Na gunia 7 zile na nusu nilinunua ng'ombe wawili na mbuzi wanne, na mbuzi wawili, sorry. Ng'ombe mmoja nilimpatia jina FAO, na ng'ombe wa pili nikampatia jina CA, yani kilimo hifadhi ama conventional agriculture. Na saa hii wamezaa watoto wawili, na zile mbuzi zimefika 5. Nasikia kuliinua shirika hili la FAO mahali liliponitoa. Saa hii nimepata elimu nzuri sana ya kuhusu ukulima wa kutosumbua mchanga. Na tunapanda pojo, ninapanda pojo, na tena nafundisha wakulima wangu. Pamoja nikienda kwa barazas, pia ninachapa hiyo injili ya kilimo hifadhi. Kuongeza na hapo ni kwamba nimeamua kupanda pojo peke yake, kwa sababu pojo hazina stress. Hata mvua kidogo zinafanya vizuri, badala ya kupanda mahindi halafu ukose. Ukipanda pojo huwezi ukakosa. Nimeshukuru sana shirika hili la FAO kwa bidii zao, wale walioketi kupanga mipango hii ya kutufundisha sisi wakulima huu kulima wa kutosumbua mchanga. Nasema Mungu awabariki sana, maana mahali niko sahi si kama zamani. Zamani nilikuwa nikipanda eka moja, mbegu kilo 1. Manake spacing ni hiyo, unapiga shimo hapa na kuenda. Lakini saa hii eka moja ninapanda kilo 4. Na tumefundishwa jinsi ya kuzipanda hizo pojo, na tumepata manufaa kutoka kwa mmea huo unaoitwa pojo, na tumefaidika sana kupitia shirika la FAO. Mungu awabariki sana. Ombi kwa serikali. Ombi kwa serikali. Changamoto ambayo tunaipata ya kwanza ni ukame, lakini najua hamuiwezi, ni ya Mungu hayo. Pili, mbegu. Wakati umefika wa short range, lakini challenge kubwa huwa ni mbegu. Saa zile mvua imeanza kunyesha, unashindwa utapatapi mbegu. Na kama ni kununua, ni uwe umejihami. Mimi naweza nikanunua kupitia yale mapato niliyopata kupitia huu ukulima wa kutosumbua mchanga kupitia shirika la FAO. Lakini je, wakulima wangu kule nyanjani? Naomba sana serikali itusaidie na mbegu na mbolea. Kwa hivyo mengi au machache, Mungu awabariki sana, hasa maofisa wangu wa shirika la FAO pamoja na wale walioko nyanjani. Mungu awabariki zaidi.
Asante sana Elizabeth, natumai kwa waziri amekusikiza na take notes. Waziri, take notes? Atakemfuata Elizabeth, tutavuka sasa kutoka eneo la Pwani twende eneo la kaunti ya Tharaka Nithi na tutamsikiza Peter Mutegi. Peter, labda pia wewe una maombi ya serikali, labda ungependa
Guests of honors, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Kwa majina naitwa Peter Mutegi Muse kutoka Tharaka Nithi, Tharaka Sub County. Mimi ni mkulima, ama nangrondira, ama master trainer of conservation agriculture, also an aggregator. Kwanza nianzie na kuwasalimia kwa vile hii mpango umeipanga ya kusherekea, sijawahi hudhuria mkutano kama hii tena, lakini wasa niseme mimi nianzia conservation agriculture the year 2013, lakini sikuwa na knowledge njoo hiyo conservation nilikuwa nimeisikia kilimo hifadhi kwa radio. Ndio sasa wakati nilikuwa na practice, Minister of Agriculture akaniambia ati kuna shirika inaitwa FAO imeanzia kutrain wakulima pande ya Tharaka Nithi. Nikaitwa mkutano, nikaenda nikatrainiwa. Nilienda nikaanzia na kama eka 5, lakini mbele nilikuwa na kama 50 acres, nilikuwa nalima convention. Nikalima eka 5 conservation agriculture. Eka hiyo nyingine 45 nikalima convection. Mahali nililima convection kama eka 45 nilipata kama 8 bucks, na hiyo eka 5 nilifanya conservation agriculture. Yani nienda nikapasiwa shamba na lipa, nikaweka manyua mzuri, nilipata kama 16 bucks. Compared 45 acres na 5, nikaona sasa siri ya ukulima ni hapa. Niliongezea hiyo samba, ndio niliona ngarama ilikuwa inapungua. Nikaongezea hiyo shamba yangu mpaka ikaenda mpaka 86 acres. Na nikaipasua mzuri kabisa. Nilipanda dengu. Nilimanage kupata 57 tons and green grams. Hata sikuwa na mahali pa kuuza. Sasa nikauliza, nikiangalia kila mboma ilikuwa inanuka green grams. Mama alikuwa mwalimu, alipoangalia kaniambia, kulingana na vile nimeona, hii nitaacha hii kazi ya teaching. Kwa bahati mzuri, FAO wakatuletea mnunuzi kutoka India, Imala Angro. Sasa tukawa tumepata mahali pa kupeleka. Tharaka Nithi tulipeana mzigo ya around 20 million, lakini 5.7 ilikuwa imetoka kwa shamba yangu nyumbani. Sijawahi pata pesa nyingine kama hiyo. msimu mmoja 5.7 million. Nikaenda kwanza, kulikuwa na shida ya maji, nikatoboa bwao, nikanunua matanki ya kutrap water. Nikasema hata kama nafanya conservation kwa shamba, hata washa ni conserve maji. Sasa mama akawa hata ameshahau kama kuna uhaba wa maji. Nikaenda nikajenga nyumba kubwa sana, self contained, mahali kunitoka Katunga. Ikabakia kidogo tu nilikuwa nyumba kubwa, ndio ilikula kama milioni kama 11. Msimu mwingine nikapanda mtama, nikaongeza ikaenda mpaka 134 acres kutoka kwa 86. Ndio sasa nimepata pesa, nina soko mahali pa kuuza. Hiyo 134 acres nikapata gunia 1600. Sasa hapo nikaenda nikarusa. Sasa hii mtama ilikuwa inanunuliwa at 17 per kg. Nikasema mahali nilipata soko, wacha nikibia hapo. Nikaenda kwa mwenye msimamia Trakanithi Ambrose, naitwa Ambrose Ngetich. Akaniambia sasa nakupeleka mpaka East Africa Breweries. Walinipa hiyo gari yao mpaka East Africa Breweries, wakaenda wakaongea na general manager, wakakuja huko on ground, wakaona vile so ilikuwa imejaa, nikapewa contract ya 33 per kg. Kutoka hapo hao watu nilikuwa na train FO wakaingilia, nikawa na contract na wao vikundi, tukafanya contract na wao, nikafungua ambulance kama sita ya mandawa, nikawa Ngurondila, wakulima wanapata mandawa. Kutoka hapo ndio sasa nikaona soko sasa imepungua. Hii ya 2017 nikuambie, mahali pesa iko ni shambani. Mahali pesa iko kwa conservation agriculture. Hiyo msimu ile mazao nipata kwa shamba ilienda kama milioni 8.5. Mama akakataa shule. Tukarudi sasa mashambani. Nikaenda nikajenga, sasa nikasema niko na contract na vikundi wenye nilikuwa na train andafao. Kama vikundi viko na watu kama 2500 wenye tunakuwa na contract na wao. Nikaenda sasa nikajenga aggregation center. Sasa niko na aggregation center kubwa sana yenye imekula kama milioni 7 hivi. Sasa nimenunua tractor ya kurahisisha kazi, na Mungu akatujalia tukapewa planter ya planter ya tractor. Sasa mimi kama lisi kwa kwangu natumika kwa vikundi. Sasa nimeongeza shamba, sasa niko na 232 hectares. Imepashuriwa mzuri sana. Field day tunafanya hapo kila wakati na shirika la FAO, shirika mbalimbali. Sasa napata wageni kutoka Kitale, kuna wanatoka Trans Nzoia, wanakuja mafunzo hapo. Kwa hivyo nafurahia sana mbinu ya conservation agriculture. Sasa kile mimi naweza omba sasa, serikali haina shamba la kulima. Kila wakati serikali fanya hii, kila wakati msaada. Naomba serikali waimisha hii mbinu ya conservation agriculture Kenya mzima. Hiyo ndio ombi naomba. Kenya mzima. Na kwa ukweli hii Kenya yetu hatutakuwa tunaomba msaada, tutakuwa na chakula ya kutosha ya leo, kesho and the future. Hivyo mimi ndio naomba kwa hiyo machache. Asanteni sana. Muendelee kuombea conservation ya agriculture indumu, tufukuze umaskini Kenya. Asanteni.
You know, FAO, for it to be able to do what it does, it relies on donors and a few development partners to be able to achieve their goal. And in that regard, I'd like to recognize the presence of Devin Jum from the European Union, which has supported FAO throughout its years. Welcome to this event. Now, the final farmer. From Tharaka Nithi County, we are going to cross the country again and go all the way to the top and listen to Turkana County. And we have Lucas Ekamais, kutoka County ya Turkana. Karibu, Lucas. Doesn't he look good?
Asanteni sana kwa majina. Naitwa Lucas Ekamais Lomongole kutoka kaunti ya Turkana. Nashukuru sana shirika la FAO kwa sababu alitusaidia kwa mafunzo ya kupanda nyazi. Sisi wa Turkana tu kujua jinsi ya kupanda nyazi mbeleni. Lakini wakati FAO waliweza kutuma walimu wakatufunza, nasi pia tukajua jinsi ya kupanda nyazi. Aswa mifugo yetu, mbuzi, wakati wa ukame tulikuwa tunapata shida sana. Wakati kuna ukame, mifugo ilikuwa inakufa. Na sasa wakati FAO walileta mafunzo, sisi tukaelimika na tukaanza kufuna. Tulikuwa tunapanda, alafu ikimea tunatoa hizo mbegu, tunaweka mbegu kando, alafu tunakata nyazi, tunafunga hiyo nyazi. Wakati ukame inapoingia, tunapea mifugo zetu. Ya pili, sisi wa Turkana hatukuwa tunajua maana ya kuku. Tulikuwa tunafikiria kuku ni vitu vingine ambayo hata haifai. Lakini FAO wakati walileta kuku kwetu huku Turkana, tukafunzwa jinsi ya kufuga kwanza. Walituletea ikiwa vifaranga ndogo ndogo. Tukauliza tutafuga hizi vitu namna gani, na hatujawahi kufanya kazi kama hii. Tukapata mafunzo, tukafuga hizo kuku, sikawa kubwa. Na sasa wakati ilikuwa kubwa, tukacontribute kwa community. Asa mimi nikiwa Lucas hivi, si kuwa na mke. Niliweza kufuga hizo kuku, nikaanza kuuza pole pole, nikapata pesa, nikanunua mbuzi. So nikaoa mke pia. So nasema sasa kwa hii shirika la FAO, asante sana. Asante sana. Sisi tulikuwa tunadharau sana kuku. Alafu ombi langu kwa serikali, kuna TRP aliweza kutuletea post office. Hiyo mimea, hiyo mti imetumalizia tena mifugo ambayo tumepata tena. Imemaliza miono kabisa. Sasa imekuwa ni shida sana. Sijui itakuwaje. Utaweza kutusaidia tutafutie wale watu wa TRP wakuje tena wafike hizo nini ishe kabisa. Ombi letu kwa serikali ni hiyo. Asanteni sana.
Such interesting tales from the farmers. Now, I'd just like to take a quick breather. Just everybody just take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. I hope that makes the hunger go away a little bit. Does it help? taking the hunger away a little bit. If it doesn't, the band will be happy to make you dance a little bit to make you forget it. So we'll hear from the band for a few minutes.
No visit Kenya, but you have like a nephew or someone.
Africa, oh Africa, oh liberté. Africa, oh Africa, oh liberté. Lokasa, oyo ya bolingo, kaya pamba maua ate pasi. Oh Africa, oh Africa, oh liberté. Africa, oh Africa, oh liberté. Lokasa, oyo ya bolingo, kaya pamba maua ate pasi. Africa, oh Africa, oh liberté. Nilikuwa kwetu Mulunya, nilisikia majere kutoka mji wetangare. Nilikuwa kwetu Mulunya, nilisikia majere kutoka mji wetangare. Nilikuwa kwetu Mulunya, nilisikia majere kutoka mji wetangare. Oh, nilikuwa kwetu Mulunya, nilisikia majere kutoka mji wetangare. Si walisema Mulunga likufa, si walisema Mulunga likufa. Twende tupepe, twende tupepe, twende tupepe. Sisi tulisindwa, sisi tulisindwa, na tulikuwa na sikuta yetu. Sengula kweli sengula wandu, sisi sote twakupenda. Sengula kweli sengula wandu, sisi sote twakupenda. Weka dogo na kupenda, nikuoe uwe wangu, na mimi sina mwingine, nimpendaye kama wewe. Weka dogo na kupenda, nikuoe uwe wangu, na mimi sina mwingine, nimpendaye kama wewe.
Great. Thank you very much, Kayamba Africa Band. Now, earlier on, I said that FAO's work is done in support of other people. They don't work alone. So in that regard, we'd also like to recognize the presence of the US government here and the EU who facilitate FAO's work. Now, then I'd like to show you a small video. I'd like to show you a small video clip of what FAO has been like over the last 40 years and what they have been able to achieve.
Was formally accredited in 1977 with a mission to work with the government of Kenya to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations representation in Kenya was formally accredited in 1977 with a mission to work with the government of Kenya to help build a food-secure country, free from hunger and malnutrition, and where food and agriculture contribute to improving the living standards of all in an economically, socially, and environmentally sustainable manner. For 40 years, FAO has contributed to agricultural productivity, access to services, and encouraging the adoption of innovative technologies among rural smallholders, especially women and youth, who make up the majority. FAO is proud to be associated with key interventions that continue to reinforce our mission. Rinderpest is arguably the most deadly animal virus in history.
There was no vaccine, so there were great losses to the herd in the area. I can remember, because during that time, where I was, a quarantine was imposed. It had an impact because you could not even sell the animals. You could not take them anywhere else for grazing, so you were confined by that quarantine.
The Global Rinderpest Eradication Program was conceived as an international coordination mechanism in the late 1940s to achieve the global eradication of rinderpest. The implementation of the program activities resulted in eradication of the disease, with the last outbreak being reported in Kenya in 2001, and by 2011, the virus was completely eradicated. FAO did not stop at rinderpest and continues to support efforts to keep livestock free from disease. Sheep and goat plague, also known as PPR, is a highly contagious animal disease affecting small ruminants. The virus can infect up to 90% of an animal herd, killing anywhere between 30 to 70% of infected animals. In Kenya, the sheep and goat plague vaccinations are underway, targeting 10 million small stock, with over 5.5 million stock having already been vaccinated. The Farmer Field School Platform, FFS, was introduced in Kenya in 1995 on a pilot basis under FAO's special program on food production and food security in low-income countries. The people-oriented approach aims to build the capacity of farmers to analyze their production system, identify problems, test possible solutions, and eventually adopt field-proven practices most suitable to their agricultural practices.
As you can see in the diagrams, they have drawn a cow with ticks, and now they are trying to look at how they can be able to encounter this problem of ticks.
FAO is committed to building institutions that can stand on their own 2 feet and contribute towards ending hunger. In 1963, FAO established the Dairy Training Institute in Naivasha with the aim of providing practical and theoretical in-service training in dairy husbandry and dairy technology. In recent years, FAO has continued to contribute towards new approaches of farming, mitigating and solving possible future challenges within the sector. One such approach is building resilience through good agricultural practice and conservation agriculture in productive semi-arid areas of Kenya, while ensuring that farmers have access to financial services and information. The blue economy and aquaculture are an important part of this growth. The Fisheries Management and Development Bill of 2016 provides for the conservation, management and development of fisheries and other aquatic resources to enhance the livelihood of communities that depend on fishing. Through the Africa Solidarity Trust Fund, FAO supports small-scale aquaculture farmers through capacity building in aqua business and the adoption of improved technology for increased production. On the blue economy, FAO has trained 140 seaweed farmers on business practices and value addition to produce soap, cosmetic items, medicinal concoctions, juice, and salads out of seaweed. FAO has also built a seaweed shed for proper drying of seaweed to reduce post-harvest losses due to rainfall and direct sunlight. FAO is acutely aware that despite the tremendous progress we have made over the years, Kenya is not food secure. Overall, poverty and food insecurity have declined, but millions of Kenyans still grapple with hunger and malnutrition. In the first quarter of 2017, close to 3 million people in Kenya were classified as severely food insecure as a result of 3 consecutive years of poor rains.
Changamoto ilikuwa ng'ombe wangu, nilikuwa na watu asubuhi mpaka saa 2 usiku. Kulikuwa hakuna lisho kabisa. Nilikuwa natoka hapa naenda Makomboani Kaloleni, nenda Katamanyasi huko na waletea, na nikununua shamba la mtu. Maji pia hakuna, nafanya kununua mtungi shilingi 50, na ng'ombe wangu walikuwa wengi, walikuwa hawezi kutoshwa na mtungi mmoja.
FAO, together with the National Drought Management Authority, issued early warning of the impending drought towards the end of 2016.
FAO was one of the first agencies that participated in drought response. So I'm now in Kilifi, which was one of the probably most devastated counties by the drought.
Interventions include rapid provision of animal feed and water, animal health programs, combined with timely purchase of livestock for slaughter, and injecting financial resources into local markets.
Kwa hivyo FAO na hao watu wote ambao wamehusika kutuletea hiki chakula wamenisaidia sana, na si kunisaidia mimi wala kusaidia yule mnyama ambaye nilimpatia hicho chakula, walisaidia jamii.
Other intervention efforts include natural resource management, climate change interventions, as well as predictive systems for early intervention. One such intervention is the development of a policy on antimicrobial resistance, AMR, and the National Action Plan signed by both the Ministries of Agriculture and the Ministry of Health. AMR is an emerging global threat escalated mostly by naturally acquiring resistance, overuse, underuse, or misuse of antimicrobials, especially in agriculture.
I want to thank very much the government of Kenya for the support they have given us, even before the host country agreement was signed in 1977, because without the support of the government, we wouldn't have managed to partner. I also want to thank the people of Kenya, most of whom have been our beneficiaries, because we are here celebrating 40 years because of them. We are celebrating what they have achieved. We are celebrating their partnership with them.
That's just a snapshot of what FAO has been able to achieve over the last 40 years. I know some of us were not here then 40 years ago, so we wouldn't be able to confirm or deny if anything FAO has said is true. Some of you were here, but I know I wasn't, so I'm not qualified to say whether or not what Rugalema said in the video is true or not. But moving on, I would like to hear from a young agripreneur, Shadrach Kirui Meli. Shadrach? Shadrach? Is he? Here. Okay, as we try to locate him, one of the first beneficiaries of FAO's work here in Kenya when they set up 40 years ago was the Dairy Training Institute. If you are a frequent traveler on the Nairobi-Nakuru highway, you know where that Dairy Training Institute is. It's right on the road in Naivasha. And I can see the institute director is here, Dr. Lanyasunya, and he's got his team with us. So we will be hearing from them to hear what FAO has been able to do for that institute, or what were the first things that FAO did for that institute. And we'll be hearing from Gabriel Mungai, who is the principal of the Dairy Training Institute. Gabriel? Thank you.
Guest of honor, sir. My name is Gabriel Mungai, Principal Dairy Training Institute, which is an institute under the State Department of Livestock, Minister of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries, and is a training institution based in Naivasha, where you do offer diploma and certificate courses in dairy production and management at the diploma level and certificate. We also do offer quite a number of short courses. Our partnership with FAO started way back in 1956, when a special contribution by the loyal Danish government enabled FAO to establish FAO Danida Dairy Training Program in Asia, Africa, and South America. In 1960, FAO, through Danida funds, established Entebbe Dairy School in Uganda. In 1963, FAO helped establish Dairy Training Center in Naivasha. The aim then was to provide practical and theoretical in-service training in dairy husbandry and dairy technology. In 1965, FAO Regional Dairy Training Center for the English-speaking countries in Africa was established in Entebbe Dairy School. 1973, the administration of FAO Danida project was transferred from Entebbe to Naivasha Dairy Training Institute, by then due to the instability in Uganda. The aim of the institute was to undertake specific training programs for the English-speaking nations in Africa. We started by 2 courses, one on milk production that used to take 4 months, and another one on milk processing that was taking 5 months. By the year 1984, data available show that 1,188 participants had been trained on the 2 courses from 65 nationals. In 1992, the FAO Regional Dairy Training Center for the English-speaking countries in Africa closed doors in Kenya. After 1992, there was retro interaction between Dairy Training Institute and FAO, and at the same time, dairy liberalization took place in our country. We had a training program for the small-scale sector called the TCP/Kenya 6611, which was started way back in 1996, and the aim was to train small-scale dairy sector farmers after the liberalization of the dairy sector. The objectives of this training was to design and develop the organization of short-term courses, tailor-made training courses in Naivasha Dairy Center for persons and organizations involved in milk correction, milk transport, processing, marketing in the small-scale sector to improve quality throughout the milk value chain. That program, we had quite a number of achievements, and one of them was development and documentation of the following training modules: hygienic milk handling and processing, production of cultured milk, dairy equipment and maintenance, cheese making, milk testing and quality control, and milk products marketing. The 7-day residential courses that were held during the pilot period of 1997 led to hygienic milk handling and processing, milk testing and quality control, cultured milk products and dairy equipment maintenance, and a total of 83 trainees sponsored by 37 organizations, both private and from the cooperative sector, were trained. We also developed modules on outreach training, and out of that, a total of 108 employees participated, 32% of whom were females. Thereafter, in the year 2013, we once again partnered with FAO on a radio-based training program, where FAO supported the training program over the radio, and DTI participated with the rest of the ministry staff on the ground to be able to train 16,000 dairy farmers who were reported through an SMS system, and they were conducted and they were taken through the training course and issued these certificates. It is reported that over 1.2 million people listened to the program without registering. This program was also listened to our neighboring countries like Tanzania. This partnership involved DTI, FAO, and the State Department of Livestock personnel. As a result of this partnership, the publicity of DTI was well carried out all over the country, and today, DTI is able to train close to 220 trainees on certificate and diploma level, plus a number of short courses. Thank you very much.
So we are going to reorganize the program just a little bit, so kindly bear with us, because some of our dignitaries would like to leave to attend to other matters. So now I'd like to give the floor to Dr. Andrew Tumur from the Ministry of Agriculture.
Cabinet Secretary, who is our guest today, FAO Director, Dr. Ngalema, Red Cross Director, Gulet, Deputy Governors from Kilifi and Mombasa counties who are here with us, all the dignitaries who are here today, the members of the media, and all distinguished guests, good evening, good morning. Is it good morning? It's good afternoon. It's afternoon. I'm really happy to be here today to celebrate 40 years of FAO presence in Kenya and the continent at large. FAO, FAO, Food and Agricultural Organization. Sometimes people even don't know what FAO means. Food and Agricultural Organization has really been of assistance to us as a partner in terms of agricultural development in this country. Some of what we've done with FAO dates back to the 1950s, although the FAO office was opened in this country in 1977, but it dates back to 1950s. And we've done a lot of work with FAO as a partner in terms of improving agriculture in this country. We've mentioned just a few. The Dairy Training Institute, which is a very key institute in this country. It has trained people from the region, not only Kenya. It has trained people from Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania, and other countries around. And actually, it is the only institute that really has perfected the art of dairy technology in the region. And really, we really thank FAO for the assistance that has given to this institute. The Meat Training Institute in this country, the Meat Training Institute, which is situated at the river, is one of the institutes that FAO has really assisted. And this has gone a long way in ensuring that we have the meat inspection which is key in food security. And really, we really thank FAO for that. And many other work that we have done with FAO. I don't want to preempt the speech by the Cabinet Secretary, but FAO has really been key in many other aspects in terms of disease control. Rinderpest, which was a very, very key disease in this country, was eradicated in 2012, and many thanks to FAO for the contribution that it did for the eradication of rinderpest. And rinderpest eradication has helped save this country about $434 million US dollars, which we used to lose as a result of rinderpest. Rinderpest was a very, very key disease. And we are working together with FAO in terms of trying to see how we can also eradicate foot and mouth disease, contagious bovine pneumonia, PPR, PPR, and many other diseases that still hamper the growth of livestock industry in this country. We haven't been able to export meat and meat products to the European countries because of disease in this country. And the major factor is foot and mouth disease, which is endemic in this country. And we are trying to see how can we eradicate foot and mouth disease so that we can export meat to the European countries. At the moment, we are only exporting to Middle East and other countries, but the major factor is foot and mouth disease, which we are trying to work together with the counties, and thanks to the county governments that are here with us today, to see how we can eradicate foot and mouth disease in this country. So FAO is a major partner, and we've worked together, thanks to the other partners also who have worked with us in terms of seeing how we can improve the livestock industry in this country, regionally and also as Kenya. I see IGAD who are here with us, and we thank them also because we work together with them. So really, I don't have to emphasize. I need not emphasize what we've done together with FAO, but thank you so much. And it's my pleasure to invite the Cabinet Secretary to give his keynote speech as we celebrate 40 years of FAO presence in our country. Thank you so much. May God bless you.
Thank you, Andrew. Let me begin by saying really it's a pleasure for all of us to be part of the FAO family in celebrating 40 years since they started office in Kenya. But before I do that, I would want to recognize the country representative of FAO, my brother Gabriel, the CEO of Red Cross, Abbas Kulet, the chairman of Land Commission of Kenya, who is with us here. Thank you very much. I can see a number of people, other partners also, who are uptakers of what FAO are doing, the BIDCO, representative of BIDCO. I'm told the students are also with us, the young farmers, the youth, whom we want to inherit the business of agriculture so that we make agriculture sustainable and make it also a business. I'm told they are with us today. Let me also recognize you. Let me recognize USAID for the work they have done in this country as well, Mark. Thank you very much, and pass our regards. Allow me also to recognize Sign Up. I'm sure she's shocked for what. But Sign Up was recognized with A.H. Foreman Prize by FAO in Rome this year, a very prestigious award which he won for being the most consistent journalist in the area of agriculture. All of us, let us put our hands together for Sign Up. Congratulations, and I think all of us are attesting to that award, that you have really been very consistent in the area of agriculture, especially with informing Kenyans what is going on in the sector. Having said that, I wish to take this opportunity to also welcome all the other partners who have come from within Kenya and also outside Kenya to this celebration of FAO. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations is a key stakeholder in the agricultural sector in Kenya. Together, we honor the 40 years of strategic partnership as a country. As we join the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, of the United Nations in celebrating 40 years, we reflect on the positive relationship it has had with Kenya and the remarkable impact the collaborations has had on the agricultural sector over the years. In its mandate to help identify key challenges and facilitate agriculture growth and development, and achievement of national food security, FAO has successfully partnered with the government of Kenya in championing national programs and projects designed to achieve these objectives. Ladies and gentlemen, indeed, FAO has been working with the government of Kenya in all aspects for decades. Even before the FAO country office was established in September 1977, it had already started working in this country. I wish to confirm that the bilateral relationship between Kenya and FAO has not only been cordial, but also continued to blossom, as demonstrated by the continuous increase in the support FAO is giving this country. As we celebrate this successful celebration, it is gratifying to note that Kenya has benefited with more than $130 million in financial support channeled to various food security and agriculture development programs in this country. I also appreciate that through FAO country program, Kenya has also benefited immensely from several regional programs and projects funded by other institutions. Through its mandate, FAO supports innovative international good practices, global standards and initiatives to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, as well as efforts to build a food secure and prosperous Kenya through a commercially oriented and competitive agricultural systems. Ladies and gentlemen, the development of sectoral policies, strategies, and institutional reforms to enhance agricultural productivity and competitiveness in our country is important. We recognize FAO support towards implementation of national programs in supporting livelihoods, combating hunger and malnutrition, sustainable natural resource management, and climate change mitigation and adaptation programs in the agricultural sector. On this front, FAO has been instrumental in providing technical expertise to the government in collaboration with other development partners in the development of policies, strategies, and legislation to enhance growth and transformation in the agricultural sector. Such support includes formulation of the Agricultural Sector Development Strategy 2010-2020, National Food and Nutrition Security Policy Sessional Paper number 1 of 2012, and the National Fisheries and Oceans Policy of 2008. Currently, FAO is providing expertise and technical support for development of agriculture sector transformation and growth strategy, ASTGS, and its investment plan. This is the new strategy the ministry is now planning to formulate and implement so that we can take agriculture in this country to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, over the years, FAO has worked closely with the Departments of Veterinary Services and Livestock Production through a number of technical cooperation projects in animal health, production, and marketing development. The first is the Dairy Training Institute, and we've heard from the director of the institute. In the 1950s, which was as a result of collaboration between FAO and the Ministry of Agriculture. The TTI was the only regional dairy development and training center for the English-speaking countries in East and Central Africa regions. To date, the TTI has become a regional center for excellence and continues to offer hands-on training in dairy science, technology, and dairy management for the East African region, thanks to the FAO unwavering support and effort. Secondly, the Meat Training Institute in Athi River, established in 1972, which was a joint project of the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, in conjunction with the government of Denmark and the government of Kenya. It was the first center of its kind in meat hygiene and meat inspection for Anglophone countries in Africa, still functioning to date. Thirdly, in animal health, FAO has been instrumental in strengthening the epidemiological surveillance, training and capacity building, equipping laboratories and research on animal disease. FAO has been instrumental in control and eradication of economically important livestock diseases. For instance, rinderpest was a contagious, devastating disease that decimated millions of cattle and buffaloes until it was globally eradicated in 2011. FAO spearheaded the Global Rinderpest Eradication Program, the GREB, in 1994, consolidating the gains in rinderpest control to move towards its eradication. Ladies and gentlemen, aquaculture is one of the core activities in the fisheries subsector. It has been the potential not only to reduce the fishing pressure on our oceans, lakes, and rivers, but can also enhance food security, create employment, wealth, and promote healthy living in our people. The government of Kenya aspires to create an enabling environment for vibrant aquaculture industry with a strong, efficient marketing system that allows for increased investment and economic gains in aquaculture and towards food and nutrition security. The Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, has supported the government in this journey, creating an enabling environment not only for aquaculture, but also the fisheries subsector. First, FAO supported formulation of the National Fisheries and Oceans Policy of the 2008. Development Strategy for 2010-2015 and the Action Plan for the Management of Fishing Capacity, the NBOA capacity. Secondly, FAO has also provided support through the Food Security Technical Cooperation Project, TCP, in strengthening fish production through transfer of aquaculture technology, capacity building, fish quality assurance, and data management, for which we are extremely grateful. With regard to supporting attainment of food and nutrition security, Kenya is committed to the full implementation of the Malabo Declaration, and in particular, the Zero Hunger by 2025 initiative. I reaffirm our commitment to the implementation of the Kenya Constitution 2010, which underpins the right of all citizens to adequate food and nutrition. During emergencies, FAO has been supportive in planning, implementing food and nutrition security response and recovery activities among affected communities. And this has been demonstrated in the recent prolonged drought in this country. I am aware, and I can recall vividly, the kind of trips I made with Gabriel to the northern parts of this country where the drought had devastated so greatly, and the kind of experiences we went through in trying to mitigate on the impact of the drought to our local farmers and local communities in the arid and semi-arid areas of this country. We appreciate the direct support towards food, security, assessments during and after crisis, livestock disease prevention and control, provision of feed supplements, food quality and safety interventions, and the resilience building and knowledge management programs. FAO has worked with government on projects on food safety and quality assurance, sustainable natural resource and environmental management, improved livelihoods and resilience building in farmers. FAO has also been instrumental in setting up of coordination structures for food and nutrition security management and contributed significantly to the development of structured framework for partnership and collaboration between national institutions, county governments, community groups, development partners, and other private actors. As a ministry, and at this point I want to apologize, I know county governments were invited, and I want to particularly thank the county governments who have come to join us today, Kilifi and Mombasa. And at this point, let me recognize them and let me ask all of you to applaud the two county governments. Why am I saying so? Agriculture is heavily devolved. And because it is heavily devolved, the success of agriculture in this country will be measured by the kind of uptake the agricultural activities will be taken up by the county governments. I asked FAO whether they invited other counties, and they say to the affirmative. I wish all the counties had attended this celebration, because this is one partner who has seen agriculture move from point A to point B, where we are at this point in time. And there's a lot we are going to do with FAO going forward. And I would want to encourage our county governments that the only meaningful and efficient way to uplift the livelihoods of our citizenry is through agricultural activities at the grassroots level. Agriculture is the only sector which guarantees equitable distribution of income. It is the only sector which touches every Kenyan on an everyday life situation. And therefore, the only way to improve livelihoods of our people is through agriculture. And because our focus at the national and the county level is to see that we improve the livelihoods of our people, then we should all hold hands. We should all collaborate to ensure that the policy formulation at the national government is efficiently implemented at the county governments so that the net beneficiaries becomes the citizens of this country. I would want at this point to elaborate the fact that as a government, we are focusing on youth in agriculture. And this is one area where we are collaborating very closely with FAO. This is because we have realized it is only when we get the youth recognize the importance of agriculture and they enter into this space that we guarantee sustainability of agriculture going forward. That we will ensure that agriculture is surely made a business and not a way of life. Because it is the young who would want to see how they would make money out of agriculture. And at this point, I would want to recognize and appreciate the testimonials which we received this morning. The kind of live and practical examples we had from the lady from Kilifi. How agriculture has transformed her life. How agriculture has made her live a better life. How agriculture has made her educate her children. That is what agriculture is all about. We heard about our friend from Tarakaniti, and it was a clear testimony that money is not located in the bank. Money is not located anywhere else, but money is located in the agricultural sector. It will only be enjoyed by those who discover the secret. Our major role, therefore, in this sector is to ensure that we pass this message. Even in the Bible, they say, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. I dare say, Kenyans may be missing money because of lack of knowledge that it is found in agricultural sector. And therefore, it's our responsibility, all of us, to ensure that we spread this gospel. That if you want to make money, you will make it in the agricultural sector. But you need information, you need capacity building. And that is part of the work which FAO has done and done very well. capacity build, and pass information to the Kenyan citizens on how to make money in this sector. There are a lot of, you just don't go and pick money in the agricultural sector, but there are things you need to do. If it is growing crops, there is agronomy aspect which you need to undertake. Our friend from the Rakaniti specifically communicated to us today that it is conservation farming that would make your agricultural activities make business sense. And he was kind enough to tell us what he earns. He was kind enough to tell us how his life has been transformed through the education and the capacity building he received from FAO, and how he managed to change his way of doing agriculture and what it has done to his life. And therefore, it is our responsibility, all of us, to ensure that this information reaches our farmers. I have mentioned in my speech about the climate change impact in this country, how communities get devastated when we go through prolonged droughts. As a government, we are not seeing droughts as an occasional occurrence. We are taking drought now as part of life in our environment. And therefore, building of resilience of our farmers, so that they can be cushioned, so that they don't get devastated with the impact of the drought, is our major priority. And Case Who has been with us, FAO. And as I told you, the kind of responses which we have been putting together as government, FAO has been part of that. Of course, among many other partners who have come, the World Bank, the USAID, and other partners who have really joined hands with this country when we are undergoing situations which requires assistance. And so I want to say Kenya is an active member of the Codex Alimentarius Commission of FAO and WHO. And through FAO, the government has ensured representation in all the Codex standard-setting committees. Kenya is currently the chair, the coordinator for the African region, which consists of 49 member countries. In this respect, Kenya hosted the 22nd session of the Codex Coordinating Committee for the Africa region on the 16th to 20th January 2017 in Nairobi. Other programs undertaken with collaboration with support of FAO include the introduction of the Integrated Food and Nutrition Security Phase Classification Tool for objective food and nutrition security comparability analysis and early warning, which has been in use since the year 2007. Capacity building and knowledge management, development of climate adaptation strategy for the industry, development of the country program in ending drought emergencies, improvement of natural resource management for enhanced food security and socioeconomic development. Finally, FAO remains a leader in supporting Kenya and developing countries to address current and future food and nutrition security and agriculture development challenges. The Kenya government counts on the close continued collaboration with FAO towards successful achievement of our national goals on food and nutrition security and agricultural growth and development. As the saying goes, life begins at 40. So we are yet to see the best of FAO. So we are looking forward, and I wish to reiterate that by celebrating 40 years of formal collaboration with FAO, our partnership should continue to blossom even further, our relationship to grow deeper, our understanding and mutual partnership to grow taller. I am confident that with the current leadership of the regional office in Nairobi and Rome, these are very achievable. Continued support is still required in several areas, such as finalization of the implementation of agriculture policy and technical support for the implementation of the National Food and Nutrition Security Policy, support to food and loss and waste reduction initiatives, strengthening agriculture statistics system to support decision-making, technical support on agricultural sensors, capacity building at various levels, development of county integrated development plans, and strengthening of liaison mechanisms between national and county governments in implementing agricultural policies. I look forward to an even closer cooperation in developing the agricultural sector. Thank you very much, and God bless you.